Okay. Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders. If everyone can please rise if you're able to. Have a moment of silence that we have, keeping our prayers and thoughts that all our first responders, our troops, and all our medical staff always come home safe. Thank you. For those that can join me, please join me in the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In accordance with provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law, notice of this public meeting has been published in the Home News Tribune and Star Ledger newspapers and posted on the Middlesex County website, as well as on the front door and the bulletin board of the Middlesex County Administration Building at least 48 hours in advance of this meeting, which shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting. Participants on this call will have the ability to speak during the public portions of this meeting. Members of the public must press *9 to virtually raise their hand to speak. When your hand is raised, you will be placed in the queue or virtual line to speak during the public portion. The moderator will ask participants with raised hands to unmute themselves. When this happens, the phone operator will instruct the participants to press *6 to unmute themselves. You will know when you have been unmuted when it is time to speak when you hear the operator say you are unmuted. When a participant has either completed their comments or are told their allocated 5 minutes are up, they'll be placed on mute by the moderator.
Thank you. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood. Freeholder Ascona Barber.
Here.
Freeholder Kenny.
Here.
Freeholder Cobble.
Here.
Freeholder Nara.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Here. I think I heard Freeholder Armwood. Are you in attendance?
Here.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Recognitions.
Yes, first proclaiming December 21st, 2020 as Homeless Persons Memorial Day in Middlesex County. Next, recognizing RPRY Teaching Facility, the honoree of Rabbi Pesach Raymond Yeshiva Annual Toby Meyer Memorial Scholarship. And last, recognizing Monroe Township Police Officer Douglas Perrone and Monroe Volunteer Fire Company No. 1 Deputy Chief Lonnie Pipro for their heroism.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Ascona Barber.
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny.
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel.
Yes.
Freeholder Nara.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Minutes for approval.
Board of Chosen Freeholders regular meeting December 3rd, 2020 at 7:00 p.m.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Freeholder Armwood.
Yes.
Freeholder Ascona Barber.
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny.
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel.
Yes.
Freeholder Nara.
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Reports of Freeholder. Freeholder Deputy Director Ken Armwood.
Thank you, Director. From the Department of Business Innovations, Education, and Opportunity, first I would like to commend the Department of Business Innovation, Education, and Opportunity as it continues to raise the bar on virtual engagement and for finding new and innovative ways to continue to provide quality online services to our constituents. From the Office of Cooperative Extension Services, Extension Services has started Beginner Farmer Training Program planning for 2021 and finalized the USDA grant to launch the program statewide. This grant will provide a hands-on training opportunity for entrepreneurs in Middlesex County interested in food production and value-added products, food products. Look out for the return of the Are You Ready to Garden webcast series in March of 2021. Please visit the website for the full list of 2020 recorded presentations. The 4-H Youth Leadership Team hosted a virtual Halloween gaming project to raise funds gift cards, and toy drives to support the 4-H project. As you know, the 4-H team is run by volunteers helping adults and youth grow and develop into competent people with a sense of accomplishment and self-esteem. For a listing of 4-H clubs in Middlesex County, or if you would like a brochure available in English and Spanish, or for more information on joining 4-H, please contact 732-398-5261 or visit the county website. From the Arts Institute. The Arts Institute continues to also celebrate the holidays virtually. We are also helping to collect donations virtually through the rest of the season via the county's website virtual holiday page. This page is filled with free holiday arts, cultural, and history-based fun for the family. You can help us spread the word by sharing with friends and family on social media. We are excited to report that the Arts Institute Share Your Foodways program has continued to excite organizations and grant providers in the folk life world. As a result of this, we have been invited to apply for a National Endowment of the Arts grant to expand upon this program's impact in 2021. From the Office of Career Opportunity, I'm happy to report that the Office of Career Opportunity has continued to expand their online career services. Those interested in this occupational skills training are requested to please contact our New Brunswick office at 732-745-3955 or our Perth Amboy office at 732-293-0642 to schedule a virtual appointment with a career coach to discuss the training opportunities. And lastly, I'd just like to give a big thanks to Carla Cefalo and Rachel Cohen. They've been doing a series of presentations about the CARE Act funding for small businesses. This morning, most recently, they did one for the businesses in the county seat of New Brunswick, and they've been going very well. If anyone knows of any small businesses who qualify for the CARES Act funding, please go to our website under the COVID-19 resources, and please let them know to apply for this money while it's available. We want all of our businesses to make it through this horrible time, so please make sure if you're hearing this and you know of a small business that's struggling, have them go to our website and look at the resources under COVID-19 or contact Carla or Rachel for more information. And that concludes my report, Freeholder Director.
Thank you, Freeholder Deputy Director. Freeholder Clarabelle Ascona Barber.
Thank you, Director Rios. This year's State Virtual Senior Citizen Art Contest winners, along with the works of art, are posted on the Office of Aging and Disabled Services webpage. Middlesex County artists received 4 first place, 1 second place, and 6 honorable mentions. Congratulations to all the winners. On tonight's agenda, there is a proclamation recognizing December 21st as National Homeless Persons Memorial Day in Middlesex County. This year's event is being organized by the Raritan Bay YMCA and God's Army Ministry in the city of Perth Amboy, in coordination with the County Housing Continuum of Care. Due to the pandemic, the event will be virtual this year. The purpose of National Homeless Persons Memorial Day is to recognize the people who have died from illness or conditions directly related to homelessness, and to recognize all those who advocate for the needs and concerns of the homeless. And that concludes my report, Director Rios.
Thank you. Freeholder Charlie Kenny.
Thank you, Director. Just tonight, I'd like to thank all of our public works and all of the other departments that are involved in our snow removal process when we get storms like we did. I know I was out shortly before the last of the flakes were falling, and the roads that I was on that were county roads were already down to the blacktop. So I just want to commend them on an outstanding job, as always, with all those that are involved. So thank you. And then other than that, just whether you're celebrating Hanukkah, Christmas, or Kwanzaa, I wish you all a very merry and festive celebration. And please stay safe and follow the guidelines that are out there. That's all I have, Director. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder Kenny. Freeholder Leslie Koppel.
Thank you, Director. All department budget requests have been submitted, and we are now in the review stage. The Freeholder Board is anticipating introducing the 2021 county budget in early February or March, depending on when the state introduces their budget. Just as in previous years, we are slated to be one of the first counties in New Jersey to adopt. Our goal for 2021 is to continue adhering to the county's long-term fiscal strategic plan of funding for the continued COVID pandemic, controlling and reducing expenditures whenever possible without sacrificing the quantity and quality of services, continuing to decrease annual debt service, continuing to increase the county's retained surplus fund, continuing to enhance our labor force by investing in state-of-the-art technology and education, funding a $50 million capital improvement program to maintain and elevate the county's infrastructure system. The plan is to meet all of these fiscal goals while reducing or holding flat the county's overall tax rate. Furthermore, meeting these goals will ensure that the county retain our AAA bond rating for an unprecedented 21st consecutive year. And just a quick update on the CARES Act for Small Business Relief Program. Earlier this week, we concluded the 5th round of grant payments. Under this program, an additional 119 relief payments totaling $2,788,722 were distributed to our small business community. To date, 539 small businesses have received funding for a total program payout of $13,648,137. The application submission deadline for this program is December 30th, 2020. And just quickly echoing, I'm sure with all the freeholders, as we've driven around with the snowstorm, if we've been out, the county did an excellent job here in Monroe Township on the county roads, and we thank them for being out all night. And seasonal greetings to everyone. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Freeholder Koppel. Freeholder Santinara.
Thank you, Director. Although dealing with the COVID pandemic, in 2020, our divisions of solid waste and recycling were able to hold 14 paper shred events throughout the county. 5,245 county residents took advantage of these free programs. Collectively, we were able to shred and recycle 133 tons of paper products. In addition, our divisions held 5 household hazardous waste collection events at various county jurisdictions. 4,327 county residents were able to dispose of these hazardous materials safely, thus ensuring for a cleaner and greener Middlesex County. In the upcoming weeks, please visit the county's website for the schedule of our division's 2021 events. Since the holidays are in full swing, this is no time to let your guard down as it relates to dealing with this dreadful pandemic. Our Office of Health Services reminds us to continue practicing safety measures to avoid the spread of this disease. Wash your hands, wear a face covering, stay 6 feet apart when shopping or out in public, stay home if you're sick, and please avoid large social gatherings. And I want to take the opportunity to just say this. The staff of the Department of Public Safety and Health have been amazing since this pandemic first started, pretty much in February on. The dedicated staff of these departments have been working tirelessly for the betterment of the county and for the safety of the residents. And I I know I speak for all of the freeholders when we say we couldn't be prouder of the people who work for us and what they've done in these 10 months. And so I would be remiss if I didn't say that tonight, as well as giving an enormous thanks to our department head, Joe Kriza, who has been an incredible partner for me during this horrible time. And on behalf of myself and our Department of Public Safety and Health, we all want to wish all the residents, you and your families, a very safe, happy, and healthy holiday season. And we look forward to what we all can do in the next several months as we still keep fighting the pandemic, and look forward to a point in 2021 where we can get back to normal. Director, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Freeholder Nara. Freeholder Charlie Tamaro.
Thank you, sir, and good evening to everybody. This past Sunday, December 13th, Plays in the Park streamed a free virtual concert entitled 100 Years of Broadway, from Tin Pan Alley to Times Square. The musical review took a stroll through the years and included your favorite tunes from over 50 Broadway shows. I had the pleasure of attending and welcoming everyone. The concert was streamed on Facebook Live and will remain archived for 1 month on Plays in the Park Facebook page. Here you will also find all the other virtual programs from this past year. This was the 9th free virtual program of the year, all of which were very well received. 2021 Picnic Reservations. Due to COVID-19 concerns, picnic reservations for 2021 will not take place in person or by phone on January 4th, 2021. Opening day of reservations is tentatively scheduled for Monday, March 1st, 2021. Information regarding the 2021 reservation process will be on our website in mid-February. We thank you for your patience in these uncertain times. Ice safety. As winter sets in and our waterways freeze over, it's important for us to remember that no ice can be considered safe ice. Please stay safe and stay off the ice in our parks and open spaces. It's also very important for parents to talk to their children about the dangers of playing on ice. We want everyone to stay safe this winter. And a social distancing reminder. As a reminder, all Middlesex County parks and open space are open from sunrise to sunset 7 days a week. Let's be safe, practice social distancing, and wear a mask while enjoying our parks and open space. More information can be found on the Middlesex County website in the Parks and Recreation section. I also, too, would like to wish everybody a very happy and healthy holiday season. Please stay safe, wear your mask, and enjoy the season with your family. That concludes my report tonight, Director. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Freeholder Tamaro. I have a couple of comments. I would like to reiterate my colleague and thank all our employees that have been working above and beyond, especially our public safety and health employees that put themselves at risk when they're administering these COVID testing. And it's greatly appreciated, and you're doing a great humanitarian effort there. I'd also like to thank our DPW and all those that are involved in the snow removal. They did a yeoman's job. It's incredible, and what kind of snowfall we received, and how fast the roads were cleared curb to curb. So I want to say thank you. In reference to the recognitions, I'd like to say thank you and a job well done where they put Monroe Township Police Officer Douglas Perrone went into a burning car in Monroe, and volunteer fire company #1 Deputy Chief Lonnie Pipero assisted him in getting that person out and actually saving his life. So I say thank you to them and a job well done. I'd also like to say those that celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. Those that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. Those that celebrate Kwanzaa, Happy Kwanzaa. And I wish everyone a happy and healthy new year. And hopefully 2021 will be a lot better for all of us on this whole planet, because this pandemic is just frustrating, but we will get through it together. Okay, At this time, Mr. Kelso, any resolutions to be added?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Resolutions to be held?
There are none.
Any resolutions to be voided?
There are none.
Okay, before I open up the meeting to the public, discussion on only resolutions listed, I'd like to thank all those that are joining us on the call tonight. And before we begin the first public portion, I'd like to state that we will utilize advanced capabilities and technology to conduct this meeting. And in order to keep the quorum of this meeting and allow those wishing to speak to do so uninterrupted, the following instructions, which the clerk of the board recited earlier, apply to this part of the meeting. For those joining us on this call who have spoken in the past, please note that these instructions have changed due to changes in the technology being used. Participants on this call will have the ability to speak during the public portions of this meeting. Before participants can unmute themselves, they must press *9 to virtually raise their hand. When your hand is raised, you'll be placed in the queue or the virtual line to speak during the public portion. The moderator will ask participants with raised hands to be unmuted. And when this happens, the phone operator will instruct the participant to press *6 to unmute themselves. You will know when you have been unmuted and it's time to speak when you hear the operator say you're unmuted. When a participant has either completed their comments or are told their allocated 5 minutes are up, they will be placed on mute by the moderator. So to recap those update instructions, you must press *9 to raise your hand, then press *6 when the operator tells you to do so in order to speak during the public portion. So moderator, is there anyone with their hands raised?
Yes, Director, there is. I will ask that individual to unmute now.
Okay. Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes on resolutions listed only.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hi, Charlie Cradaville here, New Brunswick today. I just wanted to call and speak about the first one. Can you tell me about the, this purchase that's going to be made, this process of appraising the realty? I forget how many acres it is and when this might happen, but correct me if I'm wrong, this is parking authority land that's going to be purchased, right?
Tom Palomino, can you explain that to the record, please?
Sure, I can speak to that item.
Oh, Ron? Okay.
Go ahead, Ron.
So this is 2 parcels from New Jersey Transit in front of the train station. We need to reconfigure, replace the old Eastern French and Spring signal. And we've been working with Transit to acquire a permanent easement. We're reconfiguring frontage and redoing all the brick pavers in front of their building so that it aligns with the signal project.
Right, and the resolution tonight is for the appraisal.
The Transit wanted the appraisal refreshed, so we had to get a new appraisal, and they have a protocol in order to transfer the property.
Okay, and on the time frame, when the purchase might go through, 2021?
I'm hopeful to go to construction in 2021. We have several properties we're pursuing vigorously so that we can move forward with the construction.
Okay, and when you say several properties, are they all owned by the parking authority, or is one of them Borei's?
There's a temporary easement from Borei. There's an easement from Amtrak, and there's these 2 easements from Transit. And the New Brunswick Parking Authority, that's the city, is going to get the dedication from them.
Okay, well, I know the governor announced something coming up there soon, but I would caution people to not believe the hype just yet. This is a project that I think really should be thought of comprehensively, and it seems like over the years we've had a lot of broken promises with this particular piece of land. So I hope that at the very least the intersection can be improved, and then we can get to, putting something good there. Unfortunately, DevCo has made their priority, knocking down a school and building on a different block just in the same neighborhood. It's unfortunate this huge wasteland is the welcome mat to New Brunswick. And I hope that at the very least we can get a safer intersection that's gonna improve the flow of traffic at a tough intersection. So thanks for answering my questions.
Thank you. Operator, is there anyone else?
Yes, Director, I will allow the next individual to speak.
Okay, please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak on any resolutions listed only.
I'll return for public comments.
Excuse me?
I muted the individual. He had said he will return for public comments, Director.
Oh, okay. Anyone else?
There are no other, we have, no, that's the same individual. There are no others at this point.
Is there a motion to close?
Move to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Mr. Kelso, is there any items that have to be removed and voted on separately?
Yes, Director, I believe Freeholder Nara as, I believe, 1543, 1551, 52, 53, and 54. I believe that's correct, Freeholder Nara?
Yes, that's correct.
And then we also have Freeholder Tomorrow, I believe, has Resolution 1582.
Correct.
And I believe that's it. So therefore, Director, a motion would then be in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 20-1529 through resolution 20-1638, excluding resolutions 1543, 1551, 1552, 1553, and 1554, along with resolution 20-1582 to be voted upon separately.
Is there a motion?
Motion to adopt the consent agenda.
Second.
Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Ascona Barber,
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny,
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel,
Yes.
Freeholder Nara,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamara,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes.
Now, Freeholder Director, it would be appropriate to consider the resolutions excluded by Freeholder Nara. Those are resolutions 20-1543, 1551, 1552, 1553, and 1554.
Is there a motion?
Motion to
So moved.
adopt.
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Ascona Barber,
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny,
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel,
Yes.
Freeholder Nara,
Present but not voting.
Freeholder Tamara,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes.
Now, finally, Freeholder Director, it would be appropriate to consider resolution 20-1582 excluded by Freeholder Tamara.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call?
Freeholder Armwood,
Yes.
Freeholder Ascona Barber,
Yes.
Freeholder Kenny,
Yes.
Freeholder Koppel,
Yes.
Freeholder Nara,
Yes.
Freeholder Tamara,
Present, not voting.
Freeholder Director Rios.
Yes. Okay. Before I open up the meeting to the public, I just want to state participants on this call will have the ability to speak during the public portion. Before participants are able to unmute themselves, they must press *9 to virtually raise their hand. When your hand is raised, you will be placed in the queue or virtual line to speak during the public portion. The moderator will ask participants with raised hands to be unmuted. When this happens, the phone operator will instruct the participant to press *9 to mute themselves. You will know when you have been unmuted and it's time to speak when you hear the operator say you're unmuted. When a participant has either completed their comments or told their allocated 5 minutes are up, they were placed on mute by the moderator. So to recap these updated instructions, you must press *9 to raise your hand, then press *6 when the operator tells you to do so in order to speak during any part of the public portion. Again, just as to maintain decorum and order. So operator, is there anyone in the queue that would like to speak?
Yes, Director, there is. I will allow the first individual to speak.
Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes. Hello? Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Director, I have given that individual permission to speak. You have to hit *6 to unmute yourself.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I apologize for that. Jason Salento, 272 Maple Avenue. I'm the mayor of Denellen. I just wanted to extend my thanks to the Freeholder Board for passing the resolutions 20-1600-R for the Mill and Pave program for Denellen and Middlesex County, and 20-1605-R for the South Madison Culvert. These projects will be great for the town, and we look forward to the partnership with Middlesex County.
Thank you, Mayor. Stay safe. Anything else?
You as well. Happy holidays. Just happy holidays to everyone. Thank you.
Happy holidays. Thank you. Okay, operator, is there anyone else in the queue?
Yes, Director, I will allow the next individual.
Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
This is Herb Tarbus, 411 New Market Road, Piscataway. I'd like to share with you what happened at the Middlesex County College Board of Directors meeting yesterday. Once the board retired into executive session, there were several of us in the public session of the public portion of the Zoom meeting, in which no business was being executed, and we were having a conversation amongst ourselves, and the host repeatedly muted us so that we could not communicate with each other. To me, that is a flagrant violation of our right to communicate and a flagrant violation of suppression of free speech. There was no valid reason for us to be put on mute as members of the public in an area that was segregated strictly for the public at that time. And I would like to formally object and ask you folks to investigate that and correct the situation so it doesn't happen again. Now, it's understandable why they did that, since what we were discussing was the removal of 3 board members. That the folks who are paying attention to what's going on in this county realize that the corruption is so deep and so embedded in this organization that you folks belong to, that there had to be a suppression of folks discussing the issues amongst themselves. Now, the issue I'm talking about is this lawsuit of Maureen Lawrence versus Middlesex County and Middlesex County College. You know, Miss Lawrence was dismissed from her position and filed a SEPA, a whistleblower lawsuit against the county, and it was settled for $75,000. That in itself is very disturbing. But what is even more disturbing is the thing that Miss Lawrence was reporting was essentially political corruption by former freeholders, people that you have appointed to their positions. And I'm talking about Mr. Pulomina and former freeholder Dorothy Power. These 2 individuals were involved in a situation, in a retaliation against a law-abiding, conscientious employee who was looking out for the benefit and the welfare of the people of Middlesex County. So while it's really nice that you guys could go talk about shredding paper and having streaming plays, it's really all just this smarmy cover-up for the corruption that is so embedded in your organization that it's absolutely sickening. So the county settled this lawsuit, right? The county settled this lawsuit for $75,000, and the county got off really cheap because Miss Lawrence is obviously a very capable person and found a job almost immediately, therefore mitigating her damages. So I would like to know what was the thought process, or what was the reason that the county settled this lawsuit for $75,000? Please answer that question. Thank you.
What I have to say is that there's times that people make allegations and different governmental agencies make a business decision, and I'm going to say that's probably what exactly happened there. And when that's basically a dollar and cents. So, it was felt, I guess, in the best interest of the taxpayers to look at the lesser cost. I don't know, Mr. Kelso, if you want to add into that.
Yes, Freeholder Director, actually, the settlement agreement that was executed by the plaintiff and the county and county college representatives specifically states as follows. Plaintiff asserted various allegations, and whereas defendants deny any liability with respect to all matters asserted by plaintiff and deny that plaintiff is entitled to any relief on the asserted claim in the lawsuit. The parties now wish fully and finally to compromise and settle the suit to avoid the further burden, expense, hardship, inconvenience, and distraction of further litigation and or appeal between them. Very common practice with regard to compromising cases in order to avoid undue expense and distraction.
Okay, thank you. But so you're saying that's basically standard boilerplate language. So you basically just settled this. What is your opinion of the validity of the assertions in a lawsuit?
Like I said, anybody could make allegations of anything.
Time's up.
And it was a business decision. Thank you. Anyone else in the queue, Mr. Operator?
Yes, Director, I will allow the next individual.
Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Yes, Charlie Cradaville, New Brunswick today. Want to wish everybody a happy holiday, and thanks to all the workers who were out there today, making sure the roads were safe. I do want to follow up on Mr. Tarbus's concerns here. I know about this lawsuit. Because I was asking about the issue of Ms. Power being illegally appointed to the county college board. And this is an issue that should be crystal clear. The state law says, beginning in 1994, if you're getting paid by the county, if you're a county employee, you can't serve on a county college board. And so I just want Mr. Kelso to confirm for the record that 20 years went by with Ms. Power on the county payroll and on the county college board before he was notified by John Hoffman in 2017 about this issue. Can he confirm that fact?
I can't answer that question, Charlie. I don't know the specifics.
Can you tell us when you were notified about this? Were you notified about this being an issue?
I don't
He
recall.
just told you that he don't know the specifics.
So he's saying he was not notified of this issue?
He said, I don't recall.
I see. It seems like something I would recall if, a former freeholder who was on the county payroll had been breaking the law for 20 years by freeholder appointment to the county college board. There were other allegations in there that are more difficult to prove, but this one is rock solid. She was a county employee the whole time, or beginning in 1997, the same year she was appointed, and she left county employment only after this was raised to the county. And Ms. Lawrence was the whistleblower who raised it to the county. So I think just saying, oh, people make allegations, well, that's foolish. This is, these are verifiable. This was verified. This was a problem. The law was being broken. She was right on that point. And you said it's a business decision, and that's really gross. I'm sorry. That's not right. This is not a business. This is a public position. You're in the government, and a business decision is what people are saying in the Carteret government about the $600,000 they just had to pay for the predator cop Joe Ryman, the brother of the mayor, who beat up a kid on video. And that's why the town has to pay 600 grand, and they say, well, that's a business decision. What the hell kind of business are you running when the business is predatory corruption? I mean, this guy is still out on the streets. I just saw a video of him tackling another kid this summer, and he is still a predator cop protected by the political machine. Freeholder director, this is your political ally. This is your hometown. Do you have anything to say about that case?
Charlie, I'm not going to comment on legal decisions other than what I already said.
Okay, well, I'm concerned as a taxpayer because guess what? Carteret is part of the MCMJIF, Middlesex County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund, and there's 20 plus entities, including my city, that are a part of that. So all of us are having to pay for the corrupt, predatory behavior of Joe Ryman, just like all of Middlesex County has to pay for the corrupt screw-ups that Middlesex County made, and Ms. Lawrence pointed out, and then faced retaliation for doing the right thing. This is wrong. This is a waste of money, and we should be learning lessons from these cases. When these things happen, we should look at them and say, well, how did that happen, and why did we do that, and how can we make sure that never happens again, so that we're not wasting more money on the same stuff over and over again? And I'm frankly getting sick of it. But I've said my piece for tonight, and I wish you a happy holiday season, but I also wish that over the holidays you think about these things and you come into 2021 with a new approach that is going to be more constructive and more effective, because we really need that. And I'll leave it at that. God bless. Have a good night.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public, operator?
Yes, Director. I will unmute the next individual.
Please state your name and address, and you have 5 minutes.
Crystal, Middlesex County, Sunshine Law. I don't need to provide.
What's your name and address?
Crystal, Middlesex County. Am I recognized?
You'll be recognized when you give us your address and your name.
The Sunshine Law doesn't require me to provide my address. Can I continue?
Mr.
Kelso? You know where I live. You know I'm in Edison, New Jersey. Can I please continue?
You should give his full name.
Crystal Macropolis. I've said it 3 times. May I continue?
Okay. No, you didn't say your last name. Okay, continue.
All right, restart my time. John Palomina, County Administrator, former Freeholder and South Plainfield Councilman. Dennis Arami, former South Plainfield Councilman, hired by Palomina to be Middlesex County Personnel Director without any experience. Had a freeholder resolution adopted to allow Cerami to retire early with medical benefits, something not given to other county employees. Now Cerami given the directorship of another department without any experience. Dennis Cerami's wife works for Sunnyside Delicatessen, owned by John Palomina. John Palomina is renting office and parking lot space from Jack Morris, a big Democratic donor for COVID-19 testing. Why rent from him? John Palomina's daughter works for the fake news New Brunswick Tomorrow. John Palomina's son-in-law works for the prosecutor's office. John Palomina's daughter's mother-in-law works for the Health Department Environmental Division. John Gorman, Senator Deanan's brother-in-law, works for the Environmental Division. Charles Hasselgrund, Mayor Gallagher's brother-in-law, former Environmental Division employee. Former South Plainfield Mayor Gallagher works for the Turnpike Authority. Mike Gallagher, Mayor Gallagher's son, is the county fire marshal. Ronald Serra, political operative from Woodbridge, working in the Environmental Division. Heather Foss Delgado, South Plainfield, John Palomina's personal secretary. John Ferguson, South Plainfield, Middlesex County, OEM coordinator. Mickey Gross, head of Environmental Health Division. County Democratic bagman, works continually on county time doing political favors and errands. South Amboy councilman. Shakes down restaurants and businesses in the county for donations and money for the Democratic parties for political events. Harold's Delis, Entenmann's, Food Town, Acme, and many more. Mickey Gross has also been a part-time inspector for Edison Health Department, making thousands of dollars employed by Jay Elliott, Edison Director of Health, who in turn serves as zoning office for Mickey Gross in South Amboy. What about the the sheriff's officers who were involved with the bribe with Sheriff Spicuzzo? Are they still working? Are they still allowed to work for the government? I want Director Rios to answer that. It seems that there's an inordinate number of county hirees that are from South Plainfield since John Polomina became freeholder and later county administrator. I'm sure you will find more if you look. Assemblyman Karabinchak's daughter works for the Public Health Department. Mayor Womack's wife works for the Public Health Department. Susan O'Leary from South Amboy, political connection through Mickey Gross, works in the Public Health Department. Sean Moran, Mickey Gross's right-hand man, works with Mickey in the Environmental Division. With all these conflicts of interest, John Polomina, don't you think you should resign?
First of all, you don't direct questions to him. They go through me.
Well, Director Rios, I'm going to ask you now. Don't you think with all these instances that Polomina should resign?
Your comments are just off the wall. I have no comment to make on your questions.
I mean, here we're talking. It seems to me the Middlesex County Democratic Organization is putting all their friends and family members into positions, whether they're experienced or not. And here we go. I just read to you a whole bunch of conflicts of interest involving, most of them just involving John Polomina alone. He's sitting right next to you, or well, now because it's on Zoom, I don't know where he's sitting.
Time's up.
Just for the record, there's no conflict of interest. Thank you. Anyone else on the operator?
No, Director, there is no other hands raised.
Move to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Goodbye.